The next 3 seconds are going to affect some viewers.
Kansas that were very pleasant today. However, we are looking for a new front to begin to drift south and eastward. The central and eastern parts of Kansas will very probably be cloudy in the morning, and then western Kansas will begin to get increasing cloudiness by tomorrow afternoon. Today, however, very, very pleasant reading. 73 up in the Goodland area, 72 at Garden City, 70 reported by Dodge City and Liberal, 72 over by the good folks of
In the lovely Northern Territory now. Well, we're in the Northern Territory, but I didn't quite explain much about what happened in the last couple of days. Let's rewind. Let's start from the beginning. Well, not quite the beginning. Let's start from Tibooburra. So we left Tibooburra at about, I don't know, 8:20 in the morning, got some fuel, stashed up all the supplies that we needed, and headed out towards Cameron Corner. Beautiful drive, absolutely spectacular, rolling sand dunes, and just, it was quite enjoyable, even though it was slightly rough, but it was quite good. From there we headed on and we decided that we could either have enough fuel just to get to Lyndhurst, which is like sort of this Cameron Corner, it's sort of like down here, or we could try and get to Inaminka, which is sort of up north, so it's a bit shorter of a trip. And we decided to flip a coin. We didn't actually flip a coin, we just decided to go to Inaminka. And then we went on to the Dig Tree, because I really wanted to see the Dig Tree, a bit of history, which is pretty cool. But the problem was the Adventure Way, which is Inaminka through to Queensland, is the Adventure Way. And the Adventure Way sucks. The actual road is terrible, really rocky, really bumpy. So we went there, and when we came back, I heard a noise underneath the car. We hit this massive rock, which took out half the chunk of the bottom. And looked underneath, half our undercarriage, this piece of metal had come off and it was grinding against the chassis. And it's so cramped under here. To give you an idea, everyone knows how skinny I actually am. And just look at my chest. Got no room to move. My chest is literally on the car. So I can't really breathe, so imagine if I was slightly bigger. This would be terrible. Quickly gaffer taped it up with a bit of cloth tape, and then we continued on our way. Anyway, we're here now in the Northern Territory. In the Northern Territory, we skipped past Unadilla. Now, there's a really big reason why we skipped Unadilla, and that's because we passed a couple at Lake Eyre South, and they basically said that the road from Marla to Unadilla is actually really rough and really disgusting, and they just travelled it. Went to William Creek, stopped there for a drink, a bit of a toilet break, and yeah, they said, well, let's flip a coin. If you want to see the Pink Roadhouse at Unadilla, you can go ahead, but apparently there's not much there. Apparently the hotel's closed down there, or you can go to Coober Pedy via William Creek Road. And so we flipped a coin and we decided to go to Coober Pedy. So we took the William Creek Road to get us off the Unadilla track as quickly as possible, and we got to Coober Pedy last night. And so yeah, off the beaten track, now onto the main road.
If you want some love, just let me know.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Well, we had a bit of an incident just then. We're doing an awesome Mavic shot with a drone, and unfortunately had a bit of a collision with the tree. Good thing is, Mavic's still intact. Well, it still flies, still works. Bad news is, there's dust in them. And so that's really bad, because it fell on bull dust. Here, the blade split. Not a good time for a very expensive piece of equipment. You don't want to drive it into trees in the middle of the desert. So, just listen to that. Not good. Look at all that dust that's just coming out of it. This is not good. Not good at all. Alright, so I don't know if you can hear me because it's really windy, but right now, I'll show you. Oh, let me just get rid of that. There's no reception up here. See that? No service. Now, you've got this dish over here called the mobile phone hotspot, and theoretically, this should give me service. It's basically a satellite dish with nothing else. And you put your phone on the pole, and it should give you service. So, doesn't work. That was a waste of a stop. Let's keep going. Our very generous friends at GoFar have very kindly given us a device to use on our trip. GoFar is a Kickstarter company that was funded really quickly, and basically what they produce is a device that plugs into your car and gives you diagnostics about your vehicle health, your emissions, and it also helps you with your driving in terms of the efficiency of your braking and your accelerating. So they've given us this device to test on our trip. It's really cool because we've got a lot of data to use and to see about our trip. This is our current drive at the moment. So currently we're using 15.3 litres per 100 kilometres. Or now it's 10.2 because we're going down a little bit of a hill. And it gives you the cost of the drive, the distance that you've driven so far, and a few other stats in there. And then you can scroll up and down, see your previous drives that you've done previously. So it's very helpful information that we've used on our trip. So it's very generous that GoFar has given us this device to test out, and it'll be good to see all the stats at the end of the trip to see how we've done. But yeah, do check them out. Go to gofar.co, I think it is. If you haven't got any Christmas presents and you're stuck for ideas, maybe you could try a GoFar device. And from Coober, Pedy, we went to a church service in an underground church, which is pretty cool.
Shine on me, shine, Jesus, shine.
The church is basically dug into the side of a mountain, which I think is pretty cool. And then we got to meet Jeff and Tracy. Jeff's the minister there, and Tracy is his wife. And they very kindly showed us around their house and underground bits of the church as well, which is pretty cool. And then we left there about lunchtime and headed on. Now we're in Falgera in the Northern Territory. It's awesome. Well, we've arrived in Alice Springs, and some of our good friends have left us a treasure hunt, but they've sent us a photo with the clue. That's the clue, basically, is the photo. So
it's Reg Harris Lane, and then it's hanging on what looks like some bars with some brickwork behind it. It looks like it's a bit dark. So yeah, I looked up this character, Reg Harris, and found, on this area on Todd Street, it's lot 72. So we're gonna, I put that in Google Maps because that's what you do. So it's a 4-minute walk.
this looks like it.
Yay, okay. Send them a photo of it maybe.
Alright, so we're going to do the back behind the use the camera.
Oh,
hey, there we go. Alright.
Anything on it, or is that?
No, it's just a...
Alright, I'll take it.
Well, we're in Alice and we're having a rest day. We're going to take it nice and cruisy today. Do some cleaning, washing, restocking of supplies, and just generally relaxing. So, yeah, staying in a motel thanks to Lee and Pete. Yeah, we look forward to getting back on the road. So we'll catch you when we're back on the road. Woo!